Okay, so once you went through that, here's the table you got, and then we plotted the points and we got here, right? Now, these are still parts of the graph, but they don't really fit on our table, right? So I have two options. I could kind of like extend the table and make it bigger and draw a point. Or, remember how we talked about with domain and range, those arrows that we had at the end of these graphs? That's kind of what those arrows are for. So when you connect your dots, okay, to draw your shape, that's one of the reasons we can just go like this, is to show, look, there's higher numbers, but we're not going to plot those. They don't really fit. Okay? Make sense? All right. So now what I want you guys to do is I want you to go through, we're going to go through together. Okay, can anybody using this graph here raise their hand and tell me where are the x-intercepts? Okay, yeah, Aurora.
Where the line crosses the x.
Good, it's where the line crosses the x-axis. And on this graph, where are they? So close. -3, 0, and good. Okay, I need someone else to tell me what's the y-intercept of this graph. Okay, Evan.
0, -3.
Good, 0, -3. Anybody think that remember how to do axis of symmetry from last time? X equals what? -2. Does everybody agree with -2?
-1.
Yeah, -1. That's all right. Okay. What about vertex? I want someone new. What's the vertex? Raise your hand and tell me what the vertex is. It is -1, -4. Okay, direction of opening, a new voice, So not Aurora, Bailey, Zaxon. What is it?
Down.
Concave. Up.
Dang it.
Gotta write the concave, that's part of the vocab. Okay,
Do I have to write the concave first, or can we go after?
usually we put it first. Up concave doesn't make sense. Okay, what about domain? Anybody remember how to do the domain?
Not?
No, that might be it. I just won't call on you or listen to you because you are doing, yeah. Zaxon? I shouldn't have listened to Zaxon either. He's answered lots of questions. Okay, range. I want someone I haven't heard a word from yet. So if the 4 or 5 of you that I haven't heard a peep from yet, what's the range? This is what your Wednesday quiz yesterday was about. The range. Yeah, it's open for full credit, I think, until like 1 today. So during our homework time, if we get there, you can do it. Okay. What's the range, guys? Yeah, Gentry.
Is it y is greater than or equal to -4?
Yep, perfect.
The range confuses me. How do you know if it's like less than or equal to or greater than?
Okay, so it's greater than if the graph is above the number. So notice how the -4 is this lowest point, it's a minimum, so the rest of the numbers are above it, right? So I say the y's are bigger than -4. Okay? All right, increasing left or right? You can just shout that one out. Good. Increasing right of vertex. And decreasing left of vertex. All right, what questions do you guys have? So far, anything?
Is there any way the domain's not going to be R?
For parabolas, no, because it always goes left and right forever on these types of graphs.
Last time she told us it's always going to be R.
Yep, that's all right. She can ask again. Okay, let's look at number 2 real quick. Okay, I'm going to have us try this again, and then we'll talk about something else. Okay, but I'm assuming we might need to review how to get from vertex to standard. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So what form is this one in right now? Good, vertex. Okay, so anytime I do deal with vertex, so I'm reviewing how to get from vertex to standard. So anytime I deal with vertex, I do my extra box. Okay, what goes in the extra box? You guys remember? Good, Aurora. The -1. These x minus 3 squareds here, there's 2 of them. They go outside. And then I'm going to use multiplication to find the area of each of these squares. Okay, so this first one is x times x. Paige, what is x times x? Good. Okay. Negative 3 times x. Tachi, what's negative 3 times x? Yeah. Good. Okay, Mariah, what's negative 3 times x? Good. And then Itzhak, what's negative 3 times negative 3? Perfect. Okay. And now I'm going to add up all my pieces. So x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9 minus 1. And then y equals x squared minus 6x plus 8 after I combine like terms. Okay? Okay, here's what I want you guys to do now. I'm going to walk around and answer questions here in just a second, all right? I want you to put that equation into factored form. Then I want you to graph it using that point finding thing that I just showed you on your calculators, okay? And then answer all the bottom questions. And then we're going to talk about how to make some connections at the end. All right, does everybody know what they're doing for the next 5 or 6 minutes? Okay, good, go. For my online students, I'm just going to write out the factored form here, and then I'd like you to do the same. Do the calculator steps, the second trace value to plot the points, all right? And we'll go from there. All right, this time though, I would use this as your table.